You're listening to the WWNO Classical Network. Hi, this is Paul Mawson. Each week, we check in with Dave Walker and find out what's going on in the museum scene. Dave hosts the website, themuseumgoer.com. Dave, welcome back.
Hey, Paul.
All right, what are we looking at for this week?
Opening Saturday, the new exhibition Burke's Delight, the Stacy and Michael Burke collection, spotlights a recent gift to the museum of works by self-taught creators exploring enduring Southern themes, family, faith, land, memory, and resilience, often using unconventional materials and techniques. Collected over 45 years, the gift entails more than 80 works by more than 50 artists. Michael Burke began finding works in flea markets and auctions, then traveled the region to meet artists in their studios and homes, eventually joined by his wife Stacy. The exhibition, which will remain on view for more than a year, includes celebrated figures like Bill Traylor, Sam Doyle, and Nellie Mae Rowe, alongside lesser-known artists. Burke's Delight promises to be a journey through the South's vernacular art traditions.
Now, I think last week you used the plural, exhibitions, which would be with an S, in previewing the Ogden's Journey slate. So January slate, I should say. And so I'm thinking there's more.
Um, you are correct. Um, because
Good
opening
for
their
me. Good for me.
well done. Opening their January 29th is Herman Leonard, Images of Jazz. Leonard was among the preeminent photographers of jazz figures in the 20th and 21st centuries, living and working in New York, Paris, and New Orleans from 1991 until Hurricane Katrina floodwaters sent him to Los Angeles. Among the musicians featured in the exhibit are Louis Armstrong, Ella Fitzgerald, Duke Ellington, Dinah Washington, Sonny Stitt, and others. The images from the exhibit come from a self-published portfolio of selenium-toned silver prints, and there's a Burke angle here too. Michael and Stacy gifted this edition, number 16 of 30 created, to the Ogden in 2023. Herman Leonard, Images of Jazz, will remain on view until July 12th. More on both exhibits at ogdenmuseum.org. And there are two more exhibitions coming to the Ogden in March. More about those on a future Wednesday. In public programs, there's a big lineup happening today. Bruce Upholt, author of The Great River, The Making and Unmaking of the Mississippi, will conduct gallery talks and book signings at 12:30 and 6 p.m. at the New Orleans Museum of Art. More at noma.org. At 4:30, the National World War II Museum will present Baptist Community Ministries Faith in Wartime Lecture featuring Tim Townsend, author of Mission at Nuremberg, an American Army Chaplain and the Trial of the Nazis. A reception will precede the talk, which is scheduled for 5:30 and will be offered in person and online. More at nationalww2museum.org. Longview House and Gardens will host a release event for the book Building Tradition, the work of Curtis and Wyndham architects at 5 p.m. More at longview.com. The Museum of the Southern Jewish Experience will screen Four Winters, a documentary about Jewish partisans during World War II, at 6 p.m. After the screening, filmmaker Julia Mintz will discuss the partisans who settled in the American South after the war. More at msje.org. Alexander Trappist Chabala will speak on the topic The Building and the Built, Race, Labor, and Memory in New Orleans at 6 p.m. at the Gallier House Shop, 1126 Royal. More at hgghh.org. And looking beyond today, the Historic New Orleans Collection will host an educator open house from 11:30 to 1 p.m. Saturday. Admission is free with registration at hnoc.org.
Well, things have picked up considerably since the holidays.
Everybody's back.
If you want to find out more about anything we just talked about or other things going on in the museum scene, check out Dave's website at themuseumgoer.com, along with a video of our conversation. Dave, thanks a bunch, and we will catch you next week.
See you then. Thanks.